hello, and happy Sunday to all of my Leos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your Sunday reading. It may be still Saturday, Leos, but let's go. The moon is in Cancer, right? And Cancer is ruled by the moon. Your sign and Cancer are the only signs that are ruled by luminaries. Everybody else's sign is ruled by planets. A planet or planets, right? So Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so you may be feeling extra sensitive right now. So you're feeling extra need for a big celestial hug and what nurtures your spirit. So if you haven't pulled your birth chart, Leos, please pull your birth chart so you can know exactly what nurtures you. And that's your moon sign, right? What nurtures your spirit so that during this time you don't reach for unhealthy foods or fall back into unhealthy habits, right? Let's get into it. First card out of the deck is the King of Pentacles. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Lover's card. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and also the Strength card. So somebody's leaving a lot of money on the table. Here we have the Lover's card and also the Strength card. Somebody may feel like they're in a relationship with their twin flame, or desire to be in a relationship with their twin flame, or want to go into some kind of partnership. Right, twin flame partnership situation, which means that you feel motivated working with that person. You feel mental clarity when you're working with that person. You feel a lot of things that you feel like, okay, I feel rejuvenated. I feel powerful when I'm working with that person. And we can make a lot of money together, right? Whether it's in a romantic relationship or in a business partnership. So this is a lot of money somebody's leaving on the table. Sources saying King of Pentacles. Harvest time for you. A lot of information is coming to you, and also everything is perfectly aligned. So Cancer is a divine feminine sign, and so you want to listen loud and clear to, if you are trying to go into business with somebody, or you romantically link with the person, you feel like it's your twin flame, you feel motivated by them, you feel inspired, you feel more powerful with them, you feel like it's willful, like you really want to be with them, whether it's in business or romantic. This is the time you want to listen. This is not the time where you want to automatically let the blowtorch come out, because that will completely blow off all of this wealth right here. So if you want to go into business with somebody, this is where everything around you need to find out what nurtures your spirit. You need to find out exactly what sets you apart from every Leo on the planet, because there's too much wealth at stake here. Wealth in terms of family. So if they come from certain families and they're telling you, hey, listen, this is what, this is, who this person is, and this is who this person is, and so on and so forth. This is where you have, it's like somebody is like, you got to, it's several things going on here. First find out what your life purpose is, and then find out what nurtures your spirit, so that there is not this extra pull where people assume that you're making everything about you, right? And don't get the wrong message about who you are. You have to learn how to be in receiving mode, because money is feminine energy, right? So if you want to be very, very wealthy, somebody's going to have to tone it down, like really, really just kind of tone it down a bit and learn how to balance out. And so that's what's going to help you balance. First on, find out what your purpose on earth is, and then also what nurtures you. So when you get stressed, if you get stressed and you know what your moon sign is, here we have Ace of Coins, Four of Swords, Two of Coins, Two of Wands, Five of Coins, and also the 10 of Wands. So somebody could be in this space right here feeling emotionally wounded, just completely, I'm not sure what I'm doing. How come I haven't opened up my vault yet? Those kind of things. I'm giving you the answer. It's just plain and simple. Go find out what your moon sign is. Find out what nurtures you, so that when you get those feelings of vibrating low, if it comes across as jealous, dogmatic and prideful, arrogant, wanting to point fingers at somebody else, look within. Anything that's like depleting your energy, where you feel like your water is getting lower and lower and lower, and you feel like I'm about to go into low vibration mode. I'm about to pull out a blowtorch, and I'm starting to feel competitive, like I gotta compete. They can't buy, something for their mom or their dad without making sure I get the same thing. Like, so this is where somebody is learned, or jealous. Not to say there's any of you all who are tuned in, But I'm sure you all have had issues with other Leos in the past. Not all Leos are the same. Not every Leo is like the ones that are tuned in, caring, live a great life, optimistic, natural leaders, kind and protective, honest, vivacious. There are Leos on the planet that are arrogant, inflexible, lazy, dogmatic and prideful, domineering, jealous, and competitive with everybody, right? And I know that's not you. So source is saying if you want more wealth, you're going to have to learn how to know exactly what nurtures you. Because if you're going after, let's say you're an actor, you're going after a role that doesn't nurture you, you could be signing a contract that you feel like, oh my God, what the heck did I get myself into? Or you could be competing for, a relationship with somebody, but they don't know how to nurture your spirit, and it could be hell on earth, and that pride will keep you in a relationship with somebody, and you feel like, I'm too embarrassed to tell anybody I made a mistake. Find out what nurtures you. Source is trying to make somebody very wealthy, and you have the whole world in front of you. The whole world in front of you. Source is like, I'm trying to send you on trips, all kinds of stuff. Here we have the 2 of coins. I'm trying to give you another stream of income. So get your rest and sit down and pull that birth chart. Pull that birth chart. God is trying to make somebody booked and busy. So if you're in a relationship where you feel like, okay, well, it's just us against the whole world and everybody is against us, find out what nurtures your spirit. So if you're already in a relationship if you're already married, let me just say this. If you're already married to the person, or if this is your life partner, you want to make sure I know exactly what nurtures my spirit. So whatever people want to assume, they can assume whatever they want. But if you're trying to get to know, and you're able to, let me say this, and you're able to communicate, because we had a moon in Gemini prior to the moon in Cancer. Sunday is the last day for this cycle. This is where somebody can turn some things around. Somebody is living way too much money on the universe table. Source is trying to make sense. I'm telling y'all, people love Leos. I'm telling you. But if you don't know what nurtures you, or like what calms that fire down, so you can go sit down somewhere and say, I'm comfortable with things coming to me, then somebody's just like taking a blowtorch to their own wealth. Here we have the Ace of Coins. And everything that you worked hard for, you'll end up getting frustrated. You end up getting frustrated. So please get your rest, Leo, and please sit down and think about, what feels like a big celestial hug. A Cancer moon is also a time to heal wounds and trauma of our ancestors in motherland, processing it by going into crab mode, like meaning that going into solitude. You remember crabs when they move like this. They don't move in a straight line, right? So they're picking up with those antennas. They're picking up, receiving their receivers, like they're receiving information from the universe, right? So they're receiving information from this person, from this place, from this thing, and then they're going in to process. They're going back in their shell to process. That's why if you know any Cancers, a lot of them are homebodies. They need time to process, and just sift through all of that. Plus, they're the mother of the zodiac and also the money sign of the zodiac. So you can learn a lot from divine feminine signs, as they can learn a lot from divine masculine signs, but you have to learn balance, right? So your sun sign is, that's that masculine energy. That's where you draw that power from. Like, this is my sun sign. I know I'm a Leo. I know I'm caring. I know I'm going to live a great life. I already know that I'm speaking it into existence. I'm a person who is vivacious. I'm creative. I'm passionate. I'm generous. I'm warm-hearted. I'm cheerful. I'm humorous. All these things. But you also have to know how to balance that out, right? That's your moon sign. That's your moon sign. So find out what nurtures your spirit. And that's why I talk so much about water on my channel, because that water will calm that fire down a little bit. It'll calm that fire down a little bit and give you opportunity to redirect that fire when it's like I'm about to just vibrate on a low frequency, right? So here are your questions. Leo, for this moon in Cancer. First question is, since emotions could be really, really high during a moon in Cancer, and you may feel a little bit more watery or a little bit more sensitive, or stuck stuck in believing something, right? You're a fixed sign, so you don't want to get stuck there if it's something that's negative or causing your water to evaporate. First question is, what makes you feel safe? What makes you feel safe? Not them, but what makes you feel safe, right? Second question is, where is your sanctuary, your place of peace and calm? Is it an inner state? a certain environment or specific place? Third question is, do you know your female lineage, the story of your mother and your grandmothers? The fourth question is, how often do you gather strength from the land and her waters? And then last but not least is, do you have sufficient solo time filled with self-care? So if you came from a place of lack, because this right here, this Pentacles is at your root chakra. If there's a whole lot of cracks in your own foundation, like between the ages of 0 and 7, you may be looking for you may be looking outside of you to see, like comparing your life to somebody else's. So my life wasn't all of that great. My parents, didn't raise me, or my parents got divorced early in life, or I had some feelings of abandonment, or something happened in my life, or I came from a dysfunctional family, or whatever the case may be. You may try to find that dysfunction in somebody else before you feel like they can judge you. Source is saying you don't need to do all of that. Focus on what nurtures your spirit first so that you can communicate that to them. Don't worry about their stuff. And so if they are unable to nurture you in the way that you need to be nurtured, or unwilling to nurture you in the way that you need to be nurtured, then you can go ahead and release them in love. But if they're willing and they're able to, they're learning it, they're saying, yeah, I love you enough to make sure you're nurtured. This is your friendships, people at work, and let me just say your personal and your professional life. Let's just put it that way. Then those are the people that you want to keep around. You don't have to compete with anybody. Nobody has any competition. That's a complete waste of time. That's third dimension. That's worldly stuff. I got to compete with this person for this job or this position. You can just go hard competing for something, and guess what? Getting that job, and all of a sudden it's hell. You're like, oh my God, what in the world did I sign up for? I did all of that just to get this position, and I hate it. It's nothing like I thought it would be. So find out what nurtures your spirit first. Find out what nurtures. Get in that feminine energy. That's a very powerful space to be in, where you are attracting what you want, not chasing everything. I got to go chase. I got to go get it. I got to knock everybody down like bowling pins to get to where I need to get to, right? Instead, no, I'm attracting what I want. I'm attracting what I want, right? So here we have the Page of Pentacles, the Moon card, the Five of Pentacles, the Fool card, the Chariot card, and the Four of Wands. Somebody's going to feel like this is great. So we have the Moon card, the Fool card, the Chariot card, and the Four of Wands. So first and foremost, something from your past is resurfacing, some kind of overwhelming emotions, right? Maybe you dated someone who made you feel unworthy. To some degree, you came from a family that wasn't as wealthy as theirs, it wasn't smart, or culturally they felt like their culture was better than yours. Whatever it was, where there's some kind of lack, some kind of cracks in your foundation. Source is saying, listen, when you find out what nurtures your spirit, and you're able to communicate that, effectively communicate that, leading with love, you'd be surprised at the number of people you will attract after that. Really attract. And all the other ones who know what you need to nurture you, and they're still not doing it. It doesn't matter how long they've been in your life, and they're not able to do it because you haven't communicated. You don't want to assume that people just know these things. Well, how come they don't know? Because I'm a person that's, I'm always communicating with them. What if they get stressed, they just shut down and they need to go back into their shell? You may assume one thing about them, but for them, neither person's needs are being met. Because maybe when you get stressed, you need to be surrounded by friends. When they get stressed, they may need to go into a shell. So find out what nurtures you. Communicate that to everybody that has access to your universe, or who wants access to your universe. When I get stressed and my water gets low, you don't have to say when my water gets low, but when I get stressed, I need this, and this, whatever this, and this is, right? And so I do see somebody at a crossroad trying to decide moving forward how you want to, or if you want to move forward. Always move up to a higher frequency where you can see things from an expanded view spiritually, right? And so you're going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, a huge weight. Because what I'm seeing here in the cards is that God has been trying to bless somebody with an enormous amount of wealth in terms of relationships, just family relationships, you'll get everything that you want, where people will just allow you to shine. you know, if that's what you want. And people will support you, Leos. But again, if God can't even get through as far, you know, like as far as your money is concerned and coming through with a lot of information, then I'm just a messenger. Please pull your birth chart. Find out what your moon sign is. Print out your birth chart. There's a link below in the description. And so you can feel like a changed person. You can close out that cycle of assuming everybody is, I got to find something wrong with everybody. And you can get through these doors. Here we have the Five of Pentacles. Also, it's going to let you know if you've already told people what you need to nurture you and they are unable to do it or they're unwilling to do it, then it's going to also clear up a lot of things. Are they connected to me for what they can get from me? Are they staying connected to me because they know that I'm going to be wealthy and they just want to be attached to me? Like, it's going to clear up a whole lot of things for people. When you're in that feminine energy, you just sit back and just pay attention, listen, watch people. Because you've already communicated, right? You're not just sitting there just watching people. You communicated with them. If you want access to me, I already know where I'm going. And this is what I need. You know, this is what I need from everybody who wants access to my universe. So they will soon be exposed. If they're with you, they're just hanging in there, following you, waiting for you to go through this vault door. If they're money hungry and just all they see is paper and coins, and you see how they interact with other people around you, it's gonna save some people a lot of stress. Forget pride and arrogance. If I feel like you see somebody see me as a cash cow or what you can get from me, cut. Cut. You know, you don't have to embarrass people like, oh, they were all about money or whatever. They were all about, just journal it. I release it in love. If they want to go tell everybody whatever, let them tell people whatever. But I see more money coming across your path, new money coming across your path, because it's new information that God is trying to say. Start speaking up, communicating. That was the moon in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the messenger planet, but it's also the planet of knowledge and learning. Also travel, also commerce, right? So somebody has a good product and service. Somebody has a spiritual vision for how you see your life. You know, somebody is creating an infinite amount of resources for yourself, but you better be crystal clear, because when we talking about all of this money, when we talking about the number 8, let me just be very specific what a number 8 looks like when it's out of alignment. And I'm describing people who will stay attached to you, just like this right here. People will keep you emotionally wounded because they are not nurturing your spirit. They are egotistical. They are materialistic. They are forceful. They succumb to passive and powerless behavior. Who wants to be around that when you know that God is already predestined for you to be very, very wealthy? Who wants to be around that? I don't really know where this person stands. I feel like I got to connect with this person and that person to get to know them better. No, you don't. No, you don't. All you need to tune in. You know, you don't need to get to know mom, dad, brother, sister, or be around all of their friends to kind of sort of see how they move in different spaces. No, all you need to do is tune in. They'll tell you everything you need to know, and stop talking. Just listen. This is what I need from you, and then stop. Just listen. Start paying attention. Paying attention. You're too smart for this. You're too smart. You're too smart for this, Leos, to be blocking your money like this. You're going to be making some adjustments in your universe, and people are going to be shocked. They are going to be shocked because they see how driven you already are. They see wealth all over you, but are they using you for something, Leos? Pay attention. Get the pride out of the way. If people are using you, Source will have you walking past this vault until your knees buckle, until you have no choice but to cry out, God, what is it? Who is it? Who is it? Because it was never meant for them to walk through your vault door. They have their own key to their own vault door. It's like somebody's waiting for somebody to say, I'm using you for your money. Like somebody's going to walk around and say that. I mean, if you're dealing with certain people, they'll just say it. And then you'll think it's funny. Oh, this person, they so crazy. They said they look at me as a cash cow. They're telling you out of their mouth. I said, you're a cash cow. I'm just using you for your money. And even if somebody said that to a person who wasn't really ready to hear it, like in receiving mode, they would think the person was joking. And that person is dead serious. They'll take out a life insurance policy on you, Leos. I'm serious. Somebody better wake up. Here we have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Dame of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Princess of Swords. Somebody will take out a life insurance policy on you, and you think they were just joking when they said you were a cash cow, or, oh, I'm just with them for money. Look at my baby. This is my little bank right here. This is my little piggy bank. People are crazy, Leos. Here we have the High Priestess. So this High Priestess card, somebody better tap into their gifts. If you feel something, you better start talking to God and get in receiving mode. God, I need to go sit down somewhere. I need to go do some grounding, some earthing. I need to touch a tree. I need to hug a couple of trees. I need to wrap myself. I need to wrap myself in some twigs. Some, you know how the people used to take the switches off the trees? I need to wrap myself in that. I need to go talk to some ancestors. I need to go into the woods. I am serious, y'all, because there's too much money at stake here. Somebody's leaving a lot of money on the table because somebody, I don't know, somebody's pride. Somebody does not want to hear what God is trying to show them or tell them. Here we have Queen of Pentacles. And so Source is saying to you, have the conversation. This is what I need from you. This is what I need from you, and you, if you want access to my life. Somebody's going to see some things just, happen in ways you never even imagined. Not only are you going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, somebody's also going to be in a new and exuberant love if you're not already in one, right? Because this Lover's card is about partnerships, right? So partnerships in love and or in business, right? But somebody keeps replaying something from the past over and over and over again that was overwhelming. That's why you got the Moon card out. Two situations in particular. Source said, pick up these swords because you're leaving your power and your intellect and your feelings at that low frequency in that root chakra. Somebody's showing the cracks in their root chakra. And it's affecting your heart chakra. So it's twisted. It's kind of like I want to cut certain people off from my past, people that I love, but it's tricky, it's complicated, but it's messing up relationships in your life now. So somebody got to make some adjustments. Pick these two swords up. That's your power, your intellect. Pick them up and move on, because you're looking back. Somebody can't even see what's in front of them, and it's keeping them like this. It's keeping them like this. Who do you have in your family that you feel like they're just staying connected to you for what they can get from you? Or is it a good friend that's like family that's staying connected to you for what where it's preventing you from seeing the fullness of right there, what's right in front of you? We have the Princess of Swords and also the Dame of Pentacles, more money. The majority of the cards that I'm looking at are money cards. Somebody's heart chakra could be out of alignment and it's showing cracks in your foundation. So somebody is in this space where I will be booked and busy, or I will, get married to this person, or I will go into business. All that's great that you will do all of those things. But if with all of these cracks, you could do it sooner. Seal these cracks up right here. Find out what nurtures you, right? So if you're extra emotional, right about now, find out what nurtures you. Communicate that to people that's in your life. Communicate that so you can go on about the business of being very wealthy. All right. All right. Didn't I say connect with the earth? Do some earthing or some grounding. Go hug a tree. What's this right here? That's why I like to shuffle the cards in front of you all, because I already know looking at the cards. Somebody needs to go take a walk. 13. 1 + 3 is 4. That's the earth number. You have to understand how signs are wired. I don't want to make a blanket statement about all earth signs. So I'm not even going to say what I was getting ready to say. But because you have to understand why people are wired the way that they are, right? The main thing is, instead of trying to find out what's wrong with somebody, find out what nurtures you so that you can communicate that to people. Because I'm telling you, either they can do it or they can't. Even if they're trying, still, they're at least trying, because now they know what nurtures your spirit. At least they're trying. So if they're trying, you say, okay, I'm put this person on a probationary period. I'm going to see if I see some growth here, and if they're nurturing me the way that I need to be nurtured. Creation. Number 6. So this is somebody's rebirth. Through the darkness I crossed, and still I found myself in the presence of life. But somebody's definitely going through a rebirth here. 369. Somebody's going through a rebirth. And it can be a beautiful rebirth if you want it to be. But remember, whoever your twin flame is in business or in your romantic relationship, they have other family members. There's other influences in their lives as well. So you are good enough. I'm not surprised that this card came out because of something from your past. It's two energies in particular. It could have been two romantic relationships. It could have been relationship and business. Something where somebody didn't feel like they were good enough. And so I got to find what's wrong with other people so I can bring them down a peg to show them, hey, listen, you're no better than I am because I know this about you, or I found that out. Who's doing all of that? When you can find out, hey, look, this is what nurtures me. I don't need to meet Lottie-Dottie and everybody. Either you can do it or you can't. If you can't, that's cool. Before I start thinking the worst about you, I can go ahead and release you in love. So nourish your temple. Step into your light. 38, 3 and 8 is 11. That symbolizes light. It's a master number. It symbolizes light. Source is saying step into your light. Step into your light. Find out what your purpose is. Detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's when it's fulfilled. All right. All righty. Let's see what the number is, and let's go ahead and close this out. 666. I am centered. Here we go. A wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation, Leo, and change the direction of your thoughts, so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. That's right. Get centered. Get centered. You can go through triple rebirth here. Get centered. Something from your past is preventing somebody to see what they have right in front of them. And so, like I said before you go pull background checks and do all of that other stuff, just communicate to a person. This is what I need. If you want access to my universe, this is what nurtures my spirit. If they cannot do it, okay, bid you farewell very early on so I don't have to think the worst about you. If I see you, it's all good. It's cool. I don't know if you're a narcissist. I don't know if you're crazy, a psychopath, sociopath. We didn't even get that far. All I know is that you don't nurture my spirit. It's all good. Move on. Next. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Prosperity. I'm trying to tell somebody, source is trying to make somebody wealthier than you've ever been before. I am determined to win, period. I am diligent. I am defeating the odds. I am warrior strong. I summon my highest self to take control today. I invest my time wisely. I am persistent. So I am determined to win, period, is about winning yourself, not somebody else. Like, I got to see myself in competition. I'm telling you, is if somebody keeps going that way, you're going to keep ending up like this. That's why these cards came out twice. You're going to keep attracting people that's going to keep using you for what they can get from you, your potential, what they see in you, because they see you as a cash cow. So they're going to force their way into your vault door. And so source is saying, I'm determined to win the inner battle. My inner battle, my higher self and my lower self. I am determined to win that. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Here we go. I believe 3 of the most important words anyone can say are not "I love you," but "I hear you." This is a quote from Oprah. I hear you. That's right. You got to know what find out what your moon sign is and find out what nurtures you so you can communicate that. They'll show you whether they heard you or not, whether they were listening and they were actively listening and heard you. They'll let you know. Get your throat chakra together. That's ear, nose, and throat. Here we have something to think about. We all want to be seen, heard, and valued. When you take time to listen without judgment, we provide affirmation and validation to everyone around us. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all on Monday. Motivational Monday. Bye.